Good morning from Tracy on the 1st of January 2026 and Live Smart Foundational Development. I wanted to share my waking thoughts with you today. Having gone into the garden to have my coffee and say good morning to the garden, good morning to the house, good morning to the sky, to nature, to everybody, to everything, and connect, to the field of all that we are actually all connected to. And I was looking through the garden and decided I'm going to pull out some weeds. I'd noticed some weeds growing up through my aloes, grass that had actually grown right up the aloe and sticking out as if to say, hello, here I am. But it kind of like overshrouded the aloe because the grass now looked irritating and I forgot to see the beauty of the aloe. And isn't it funny how weeds can actually do that to us? So I just wanted to say that generally, weeds in a garden, they grow. They're going to keep coming and they're going to keep coming back, right? And I have no problem with weeds, but when they overshroud the beauty of the actual plants of the garden itself, then I get irritated and they have to get removed. So yeah, this started irritating me, and I started pulling out the weeds. But while I was pulling out the weeds, my thoughts started flowing through as they can do, and they can get a little bit overwhelming. So I decided to write it down. If it sounds like I'm reading, it's because I'm reading what was in my thoughts. As I was writing, my son's like, Mom, what are you doing? I'm like, shh, I'll tell you later. I just have to download through the pencil, from my head through the pencil onto the page. And this is what I come up with. So let's hope I can decipher it quite clearly. So some weeds can actually surprise you. They overshroud the plants or the set of plants or whatever it is that's in the garden, right? And when you go to pull them out, it's just one huge big weed that's either been allowed to grow or was hiding in the shadows. And when it showed itself so proud, you realize, no way, dude, you're not staying, right? And you pull it out. But this huge big root can be the problem, or it could be many, many shallow roots. So sometimes these roots are shallow and they spread far, but it's so satisfying to pull them out, right? Sometimes they run deep or they have a deep taproot, having anchored themselves well, and you have to work really, really hard to pull them out. Or they break and you don't have enough grip to dig them out. And then you have to pry them out with a garden tool, a good strong garden tool, right? Breaking the soil out, which in turn gives the ground air by turning the soil as well, letting the light in a little as well. You then make space for the real garden to grow and the true plants, flowers, the true beauty to shine through. Have you ever seen your garden smile up at you? It's been my honor to see it through conscious eyes this past 6 months. And it would be my honor to help you create some of the same feelings and the growth within yourselves going forward, creating forward movement in your lives with forward thinking as well. So reading and speaking straight out it's quite a different feeling, isn't it? Anyway, as I go, I'm going to carry on reading. I also I transplanted a plant that just wasn't recovering, right? I thought maybe it just needed time, but checking on it a few days ago, I noticed that it had, in fact, died. Well, I thought it had died. This morning, through my weeding process, I noticed babies growing a little further away. And behold, the plant didn't die. She just rebirthed new ones, 2 new ones, in fact. I'm so excited to share that in life is how it can actually be. When you feel like your life is actually starting to crumble or life is feeling quite tough, sometimes it's time to let go. The old you has to be let go of. It has to be allowed to die. It can it can seem, and it can feel very, very scary because you let go of all you know. And at this stage of life, as it has been for me, I was forced to surrender, which to many in my outside world would have seen as giving up, or like, what is she actually doing? Like, she's doing nothing now. But actually, on the inside of me, a lot has been going on. I found me, the real me, the true strong being, alive and well. It's always been, but I had to go through what I've gone through to become what I am now. I didn't necessarily go through physical trauma, no. I did go through a lot of emotional and mental, mostly. I suppose I've gone through spiritual as well, more questioning in spiritual, finding what works for me spiritually. I had to find the path that made the most sense to me. And in so doing, um, and living, trying to figure all of it out, right? I physically abused myself. And when I say that, I mean my body has taken the beating. You see, the body protects. It shows the physical signs expressed physically, what you are going through emotionally, mentally, and physically, your body takes strain, right? So, yeah, I have eaten wrong. Yes, I've had the babies. I've got the hormonal, all that going on as well. So, it's been a combination of everything. But when you are not in balance and you focus singularly, or you isolate the areas of your lives and separate yourself from yourself, you create bad habits. You block yourself off, and you in turn block yourself up. It's a little like constipation. You all know what constipation's about, right? And so in every area of your life, it can become blocked or constipated. Or you can have the opposite happen with diarrhea. Oh, I hate that word. But anyway, where everything drains from your life. It drains from the areas in your body. You give away your energy, you give away your power, or a combination of. I can go on and on about a whole lot of these things, but the ultimate message here is what are you choosing to do with your lives, right? So as the plants in the garden, that little tree or plant died. However, it didn't really die. The roots in the ground held the life force, and brought out the two new babies somewhere else, because the actual full body that it was couldn't carry on anymore. So it's let go of the old and become or grown two new babies. So I was quite chuffed about that. Anyway, so the garden this morning has shown me a few other areas to actually look at with our lives. And we all have a choice. Do we clear these paths ahead of us? Do you want to keep them blocked because that's what you know? When you're feeling drained, do you carry on feeling drained, giving your power away, giving of yourself to everyone else, and you forget about yourself? Or do you clear the path ahead of you, find clarity? Do you find your power, gain back your energy, take control of what's yours within yourselves, so that you can share yourselves from a position of strength and wholeness with your people, your communities, and the world you create around you, and in turn the world itself. So yes, with Live Smart Foundational Development and myself, we are here to help you achieve what you wish to achieve with your lives. Sometimes you don't even know what you want to achieve, and that's also okay. It's about finding the flow in your life, unblocking the blockages, opening up the paths forward. And I hope to be the one, or as we grow with foundational development, Live Smart helps you and others grow together. So please reach out, let me know. Together we'll find a way forward, forward movement, forward thinking, a new you in the making. So reach out, livesmartfd@gmail.com, FD for foundational development. So livesmartfd@gmail.com, and I look forward to growing with you and sharing our processes going forward.